Malaysia election, why isn't there a government yet? The one predictions almost everyone got right about in Malaysia's general elections is that it would deliver a hung parliament. That is because the dynamic of a single incumbent running elections begins collection by an alliance of opposition groups which has defined Malaysians political since independence in 1957 was broken at the least election in 2018 when British nationals and its all-power main party UMNO lost power for the first time. In this year election, there was three not too big collections contractions and it was unlikely any one of them would win in all hours majority in the 222 state parliament. But very few pretending were that British nations PN would perform so badly, winning only 30 seats, half the number it won in 2018. The UMNO leadership has punished fast from his election to be held early rather than next year because as trying of by-election means had coining them they might do well enough to regain power. It was a delicious creation leaving the party which ran Malaysia's force most the six dividends as a bet of the best are juniors partners in new collection governments. The benefitings of UMNOB and Srot was Pakistan National are relative new collections made up of the veterans from UMNO in alliance with the Islamist Party PAS. PN runs are strict clamping but also appearance to have won the sport of ethnic Malays in rural areas. The demographic that rotting breaks UMNO thanks to lingering public corners, hours, corruptions and over the state of the economy after COVID. The PN leaders marrying Yassins in scenes as a Liberty Clears leaders after he was kicked out of UMNO in 2015 for opinions that Prime Minister's Jinib Razak over his involvement in a massive infractions announced of the 1MDB. Mr. Jinib of is now serving a 12 years prison sentence. Mr. Muhyiddin becomes Prime Minister in 2020 following the collapse of the prominent collections which has defending UMNO 2 years earlier. But he was prepared fortunate to be forced of himself last year's a relationship by the UMNO further Islamia Yukabos Sabri, who was had to deal with his year's inflation crisis, the practitioners and western regions in the poor economic conditions and inflation which have hit most Malaysians hundreds still struggling to get out from the effect of the pandemic lockdown, says Ibrahim Sufyan from the Meridian Center of Opinions Research. Second, it was a sentence that the highly purposed BN leaders Nes Hamizing was going to use the election as a means of gain power, which was justifies systems which respects to the grave causes he was effecting and top charging against other BN leaders. As a result, mainly Muslims governance grave of the sports of BN of the PAS is the vast scenes of the available of the BN. However, it is Islamic Party PAS which since of has benefited most, winning 44 seats. The leadership numbers had the party the PAS leaders had vying to the now of the making inflammatory comments, stickings, agreements, non-Muslims were the root of corruption in Malaysia. Many Malaysians fears he could bring the party's ultra-conservative agenda into the heart of the government. People are